Hello everyone, my name is Alok Mishra and welcome back to my channel. Today, without much ado, let's go to the subject directly. Many students and otherwise interested people in English literature have requested me at times to tell them the name of the best books in Hindi to understand or study history of English literature. This becomes ambiguous when people try to study history of English literature or other aspects of English literature in Hindi. It does not make much sense to me that you want to study or understand history of English literature or different aspects of literary theories, aspects of literature, different perspectives on Eliot, Shakespeare, Marlowe, Dryden, Pope, etc. in Hindi. You try to understand aspects of English literature in Hindi language. Does it make sense to you? Does it connect to your conscience? No. To such people, to such students who try to understand history of English literature or other subjects, aspects of English literature in Hindi, I would suggest outrightly that you should not study history of English literature unless you are comfortable with English language. There is a reason behind saying such things. I want to tell you that to understand literature in a particular language, you should have idea of that language. Unless you connect with the language directly, you miss much of the information of that particular literature in particular language. For example, if you don't understand Hindi and you try to grasp the gist, the meaning, or the crux of a poem written in Hindi, it becomes difficult. And the same stands true for English. Suppose you don't understand English language, you can't comprehend the meaning of something which is written in English, and you try to understand any particular poem or a particular novel by studying the Hindi summary. For sometimes, let's accept you understand it. You get the meaning or the core ideas of a particular novel or poem in Hindi. Now, when it comes to writing answers in your examination, can you do it in Hindi? No. Ultimately, you have to write your answers in English. If you don't understand the language, how can you attempt your answers? Can you do it in Hindi? No. You don't have such luxury. So, let's understand it in simple and fair way. यदि आपको अंग्रेजी समझ में नहीं आती है, इसमें कोई बुराई नहीं. There is nothing bad about it. And if you are so passionate about studying literature, यदि आप में साहित्य के प्रति इतना ही रुझान है, लगाव है, तो उचित यही होगा कि आप हिंदी साहित्य पढ़ें. हिंदी साहित्य में अंग्रेजी साहित्य से ज़्यादा गहराई है, ज़्यादा चीज़ें हैं, ज़्यादा एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, ज़्यादा परिप्रेक्ष्य हैं जो आप समझेंगे तो आपको ज़्यादा आनंद आएगा. आप ज़्यादा चीज़ें सीख पाएंगे. आप मनुष्य के स्वभाव को, मनुष्य के विभिन्न आयामों को, प्रकृति को, अपने आसपास के वातावरण को, समाज को, अपने देश के बारे में ज़्यादा चीज़ें ज़्यादा अच्छे तरह से समझ पाएंगे यदि आप हिंदी साहित्य में रुचि लें. यह कोई आवश्यक नहीं कि आपको हिंदी भाषा की समझ अच्छी है और अंग्रेजी भाषा की समझ नहीं है, फिर भी आप अंग्रेजी साहित्य ही पढ़ना चाहते हैं. अल्टीमेटली आप ये करके भी क्या करना चाहते हैं? यदि आप भविष्य में ये आकांक्षा रखते हैं कि आप अंग्रेजी साहित्य के प्रोफेसर बने और आपको अंग्रेजी भाषा नहीं आती है, तो ये न केवल आपके साथ वरन आपके होने वाले विद्यार्थियों के साथ भी एक अन्याय होगा. आपकी अपनी क्षमताओं के साथ ये अन्याय होगा. आपकी रुचि अगर साहित्य में है तो मैं आपको यही सुझाव दूंगा, यही सलाह दूंगा, यही अनुरोध करूंगा कि आप हिंदी साहित्य पढ़ें. आप अपने किसी रीजनल लैंग्वेज जिसमें आपकी दक्षता हो, उस भाषा में साहित्य को पढ़ें. अंग्रेजी साहित्य पढ़ने का अर्थ तभी स्पष्ट होता है जब आपको अंग्रेजी भाषा की समझ है. हालांकि कुछ ऐसे परिप्रेक्ष्य भी हो सकते हैं कि आपकी रुचि अंग्रेजी साहित्य में हो और आपको अंग्रेजी भाषा की जानकारी भी हो, लेकिन आप उसे आसानी से समझने के लिए हिंदी भाषा में पढ़ना चाहते हैं. तब अर्थ अलग है, तब की बात अलग है, तब आप कर सकते हैं. यद्यपि ज़्यादा इसमें कोई अर्थ मुझे नहीं दिखता कि आपकी रुचि अंग्रेजी साहित्य में हो, आपकी भाषा पे पकड़ भी अच्छी हो, फिर भी आप उस अंग्रेजी के बजाय हिंदी में पढ़ना चाहते हो. इट डजंट साउंड good to me, doesn't sound sensible to me. And unfortunately, And surprisingly enough, at the same time, I have seen many people who masquerade as teachers explaining aspects of English literature in Hindi. They are doing blatant, outright, and too sound injustice with all you people who are studying English literature in Hindi. They are making you shallow. They are making you incompetent. You will not be able to attempt your answers in English. Ultimately, you will lose, you will end up with nothing. इसीलिए मेरी आप लोगों से यही हाथ जोड़ के अनुरोध है कि हिंदी में अंग्रेजी साहित्य को नहीं पढ़ें, नहीं पढ़ें, नहीं पढ़ें। इससे आपका कुछ भला नहीं होगा, ना ही आपके आने वाले विद्यार्थियों का कुछ भला हो सकेगा। So, the people who make such requests that I should suggest to them good books of history of English literature in Hindi, please don't do such things. You are doing injustice to yourself, you are doing injustice to your own interest and your own future in education sector. You don't need to do such things. A study history of English literature or a study English literature only if you understand English language good enough, English language sound enough. If you don't understand the language, it becomes impossible to understand the history of literature in that language. It is clear, rather it is crystal clear, if you don't understand English language, you cannot understand English literature nor any aspects of English literature. This video has to be made because there has been many requests to me for such things. And I will say it once again, don't attempt to study English literature if you don't understand English language. Thank you, and I'll be back with more videos on the series that I was trying to construct. Till then, many thanks and take care.